All right, welcome to your on-campus interview. I'm Venner, your host. Here with me, I have Thadd O'Donnell. I'm going to have him introduce himself, kind of tell him his position here at DSU, and then we'll get started.
Okay, I'm Thadd O'Donnell. I'm currently the chair of the School of Kinesiology and also the chair of Natural Sciences at the moment, plus teaching and coaching golf.
Jeez, it's a handful right there.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit? So yeah, you're a DSU alum. Can you kind of tell me about your educational journey along with your athletic journey here at DSU?
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm actually from Montana. I came to school here. I came to wrestle. That's how I was recruited to come to school here, and ended up with a math major and a PE major, and then driver's ed minor. We had driver's ed.
Okay.
So a driver's ed minor and a coaching minor.
Very nice. Okay, I'm really curious about this driver's ed minor. How did that go about?
Cal Lundberg, who taught here forever, and then he actually ran the announcing at football for when I was going to school. Mm-hmm. So he ran the driver's ed program.
Okay.
And we had a trailer over by Murphy Hall where it was a simulator trailer where you basically did all our classes were in there. And they were 8 o'clock every day. So, which he had a phone in there. He would call you. If you weren't there, he would call every day. So everybody we just got used to going after a while. But, and yeah, there was driver's ed minor. We would go to the high school and help the high school students in driver's ed.
Okay.
So we were, you know how at the high school they had a tower and they had a actual streets lined up, and then so you had stop signs and yield signs. So our instructor and the high school instructor would sit up in the tower, and then all the cars had walkie-talkies in them, or I can't remember what it was, but they could talk to us. So we would be we were the instructor to the student that was driving, and then we would just run the course with 4 or 5 cars, so we'd be able to see each other and parallel park. It was pretty fun, and then. So we would go up and do that. The first time I was up there, it was a little nervous, and the girl that we had brand new vehicles from I can't remember, Saks or somebody, and there was like a pickup. So I got into this pickup, and this girl got in there, and then her first question to me was, "Now, which side of that line do I start on?" And I'm like, "All right, we got to go back to the classroom." Yeah. But yeah, so the driver's ed, and we'd go out and do different things, and one of the things would be like showing how hard it was to stop a vehicle. So they had a thing on the front of the car that would shoot a paintball down or a marker down when our instructor, he would hit it. He would say, "All right, you got to stop." And then he'd hit that, it would mark it, and then you'd try to stop as quick as you could. And then we measured out. So we did a bunch of different things like that. One was was drunk driving. We talked about how alcohol impaired you, and it was before they came up with goggles to show you. Have you ever seen the goggles?
Yeah.
So before that, it was we used actual alcohol. So it was some students would, you get 1 drink, 2 drinks. So anybody who was over 21, at 19 at our time, and then we would be, I think we were at the airport. So it was like in a controlled environment where you couldn't be out on the road, but. Yeah, so we did a lot of things like that. It was pretty interesting.
Dang, okay, that is pretty interesting. Would you say you're a pretty good driver then after that?
Well, I know all the things not to do.
Yeah.
It was like,
that's
and actually one of our kids that was in my class that I wrestled with, he actually started a driving school in Fargo, and he still does it.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dang, jeez, you're jack of all trades right there. That's pretty sweet. So yeah, kind of getting into education and whatnot, like what positions have you held? You said you were a math major and a physical education major.
When I graduated from here, I actually stayed, and we ran the dorm for a year. Okay. And my daughter Danielle, who actually teaches here now, was born at the dorm. We lived in DeLong.
Oh, wow.
And so we ran the dorm, and then went from there. I went to grad school, and I taught math and physical education. So my GA position, I actually taught a math class at the high school because at Northern State, the head football coach, his wife was the superintendent, and they ended up short of a math teacher, one class. So for my grad position, I taught one class of math every day.
Cool.
And then when we came back, so I did that in grad school, and then I went to Lusk, Wyoming, where I taught math and physical education.
Okay.
So I did a combination of that, and then when I came back here, I just ended up teaching in our department.
Oh, nice. Very good. Yeah, what brought you back?
Just a chance to come back to Dickinson State, I think. You know,
Yeah.
I always wanted to. Coaching was, so when I came back, the position was teaching and head wrestling and assistant football.
Okay.
So then I coached football for 8 years, and I was the head coach and then taught classes. And then after 8 years, we had a change with our, we didn't have a cross-country coach. And then we had a student, Dwayne Monlux, that was graduated, you know, and he wanted to stick around. So I said, hey, I'll take cross-country. And they hired Dwayne to coach in football.
Oh,
so
wow.
I went from football to cross-country, and then I coached cross-country for 8 years.
Wow.
And then after that, we had a guy come in for track that had a lot of cross-country background.
Mm-hmm.
So then from there, and then Tim Daniel had stepped down as the golf coach. So then I said I would take the golf.
Nice.
So then I went from that to coaching golf, and then I also ended up being the chair of our department when Arlen Hofflin retired.
Okay.
So then I had wrestling, golf, and the chair.
Jeez, wow. Just a little bit busy, huh?
Yeah, I've done a good little different things
A little
here.
bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jeez. Dang. So yeah, just kind of bouncing back to like physical education. I am a physical education major, so this is kind of a question for me and then all those other majors out there too. What kind of advice do you give to those students pursuing that major, and how has education changed from when you were teaching until now?
Right. The big thing on education is a lot of hoops that you jump through. And we were just talking, I was talking to Darla Hoffman this morning about, you know, there is a lot, education it's a great profession. We were just talking about the other day that, you know, the pay scale, they always talk about, but you actually teach 180 days out of the year.
Right.
So it's not every day, and you get every major holiday off. So that part of your life, especially when you end up having a family and you have your kids, they're off for these holidays. If you're in a different profession, then they're going to daycare, where if you're teaching, sometimes you'll be on the same page as them. But so that part is great, and then you'd be able to do whatever sideline thing or any hobbies that you want to do. So as a personal life, I think it's a great setup. You know, as far as professional, teaching is rewarding. You know, we talk about the salary not being great, but you can make that work. But bottom line, you got to love what you do.
Totally.
And being able to see kids grow, and you know, for me, it was always students that came back with great experiences after they went through classes or they graduate from here, and then see the things that they've accomplished, and then when they come back and visiting with them, it just brings back a lot of memories. It's that relationships that you build with your students are forever, and it's a lot of positive things as far as teaching. You know, it's not always going to be roses. You're going to question yourself. And I taught middle school for 4 years, and I think that is like the Marines of the teaching world, because the emotions, you know. And when I was a brand new teacher when I went into middle school, and it about killed me the first 2 years. It was like, you're really up on top and then you're really low, just because you're going with the students. And one of the veteran teachers goes, hey, you got to be more in the middle of the road. You know, and it's hard when you're passionate about something, you really want them to do well. And when they bottom out, it really hurts you. But once you get through that scenario of, you know, they'll come back around, they're just going through, they have so many hormones surging through them, it's not really that person at that time.
Right.
So if you can accept that, then you'll start to really see the true person in it. It's rewarding to see them grow.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. No, that's awesome. Yeah, that's what education's all about, man.
Yeah, it's really good. You know, Dante did his portfolio today, and I know that's a huge hoop that you have to jump through.
Right.
You know, and I don't think it's, you know, for us as educators, it's not to show us what you're doing. It's really more a reflection for you to see, hey, I've done all these things. I'm ready. I know what I'm doing now.
Totally.
So it's good.
Oh yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting. So my final question is, what does DSU mean to you?
Pretty much everything. We moved our family here. My family's grown up here.
Yeah.
My daughter went to school here. Now she's back teaching in the ag department. So yeah, it's pretty much been my life since I was 18 years old.
Wow.
So
cool.
it's been a long run, that's for sure.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate your time and everything you do, Thadd. So with that wraps up our on-campus interview. Thank you.
All right, hey guys, I am your in-studio host, Dallis Mitchell. As you can see, we're kind of doing things a little bit differently today. I have Seth Moerkerke with me, and he's in California, so we're going to kind of do an interview over Zoom. Seth, how's it going? How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. This is so cool that we were able to do this. I'm just amazed at the advancements in technology and in how y'all are using it to do interviews and things like that. Just really awesome to see.
Yeah, it's super cool that we're able to, kind of to connect with people who are outside of Dickinson, through Zoom and other media platforms that you can do this stuff with. So my burning question right now is, how is the weather in California? I'm sure it's so much nicer than in Dickinson right now.
It is, yes. I'm looking out at very blue skies, no clouds in the sky. I think it's 70 degrees here today. It does get, where I live in Northern California, so it does get a little bit cold in the evenings, and our winters are rain, which I will gladly take rain. I've decided that I don't ever want to live anywhere with snow again.
You don't want to wake up to a blizzard one random morning.
I'm really okay without it. I'll be okay.
So you are an alum of DSU. What was your time here like at DSU? Like, what are some of the things that you were able to do when you went to school here?
Yeah. My time at DSU honestly changed my life. Just the professors, the coaches, the fellow students and my teammates, and even just the people of Dickinson really changed my life. I played football for 5 years, which was amazing. I redshirted for a year and then played for 4 years. And during that time, we were able to start the legacy of conference championships, which is pretty awesome to see that it's carried now to 9, and just go to the playoffs. Just create that legacy has been really cool as well. I also participated in basketball for a year and track for a year, which was really fun. I played sports my whole life, so it was, I just couldn't stop playing sports. But I graduated with a communication degree and then also a leadership minor. So I was in the Theodore Roosevelt Honors Leadership Program, which was an incredible program while I was there. I know it still is, but just an incredible experience for me. And then I also worked at the Heritage Foundation, as you are, and I helped host Hawk Talk as well, it's awesome to see the legacy continuing through you.
Yeah, we were kind of talking before this, and as if some of you guys can see, I'm wearing my I Flew on Hawk Talk shirt. Fun fact, Seth was the one who actually created that. So it's kind of cool to see, some of the things that you were able to contribute to DSU still around.
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm loving that the shirts are still around. I didn't even think about it. I wore my DSU volleyball
there you go.
Roll Hawks sweatshirt, but I don't know. I'll find my I Flew on Hawk Talk shirt someday.
Yeah, you'll have to find it, then send me a picture of it.
I will.
So what has your life kind of been like since you graduated DSU? How did you end up in California?
Yeah, after DSU, I graduated in December, so I was a fall graduate of 2018. And I knew that I was going to move to California the following year to come to ministry school. So I went to ministry school at a church called Bethel out here in Redding, California. And I did that for 3 years and graduated last May, my final year. And now I'm here. I work for a local coffee roasting company part-time. And then I actually just started a life and business coaching business with a company in Dickinson, Vision,
wow, awesome.
Vision Signs, Chad and Rhonda Krenzel and Taylor, their son. He's my friend, but I'm friends with the whole group. We're starting a coaching business through
awesome.
them, which has been, for the last 3 months, we've been working on that, which is pretty crazy. And also have just started another part-time job with Fellowship of Christian Athletes. While I was at DSU, that was a big ministry and big part of my life while I was there. So it's been really cool to kind of circle back around and be able to be involved with it again.
Yeah, FCA is a great program. We had that back in Arizona at one of my high schools. So it was super cool.
Nice.
So just to kind of see, it is kind of a nationwide thing. So to see how many people know about it and participate in it and stuff is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we kind of mentioned earlier you were a host of Hawk Talk. Have you seen Hawk Talk change a bunch since you were once a host?
Yeah, I think when I passed it, or when Susanna Moberg and I passed it on to Ellie and Coulter, that was in the midst of COVID. So I think all their interviews were on Zoom for a while. And so that was just the start of being able to do things like this, which is really, COVID changed everything in positive and negative ways, but being able to do interviews with Zoom has been so cool to watch y'all doing this. And even just getting the opportunity to do this. I wish we would have thought of interviewing former, alumni outside of Dickinson, because we got to do that a little bit, but nothing like this. And just seeing y'all just like increase what you're doing. I saw the Sober November interviews, and I was really impressed with that. I want to say thank you for doing that and just providing a different outlook of what November and of what college and being a college athlete, being a college student can look like. I think that was really, really awesome to join that cause and to see y'all doing that. I love the in-person, going on campus and doing those interviews. That's been super, super cool to watch. I'm loving all the changes that you're doing.
What was one of your favorite things about being a host?
That's a really good question. If I could name one, maybe I'll do two. One of my favorite ones, and this is, we'll get to it at the very end, but hearing what DSU meant to everybody, I think it'd be really cool to see a collaboration of a compilation of seeing everyone's sound bites of what they think of what DSU means to them, because I'm pretty sure everyone says the same thing. But just getting to hear stories of people and know that DSU, it's not just as much as it is a local university, we also get, people from all over the world and all over the country, all over Arizona and California, and just getting to hear people's stories from how and why they came to the DSU and the impact that it's had. It is really just a special thing. I think my other favorite thing, one of the things I got to do my last year hosting Hawk Talk was start the Blue Hawk Game Day host at the Blue Hawk tailgates, the football tailgates. And that was, probably one of my most fond memories of DSU in general, just being able to do something creative and fun and bring a community together and really, try to advance what we're doing for Hawk Talk.
Absolutely. So it's kind of a cool moment. Full circle now, you were a host and now you're being interviewed as a guest. Did you ever kind of think this was going to happen years down the road?
I think I had a desire it would happen, but I don't know if I expected it. I know my first ever interview being on Hawk Talk was when Parker and Nate were the host before I was.
Okay.
I think I was probably a sophomore in college, and I think they had just started it. Maybe it was a year in, and they brought me into the studio, and we kind of just did a mock interview. Mm-hmm. But that was my first ever, honestly, interview with anything. So it was really cool to be on that, and then to get to host and now do this. I feel really, really, really honored, and just a special moment.
Yeah. So I'm going to kind of throw a bonus question at you. Originally you're from Wyoming, came to North Dakota, and now traveled all the way to California. What advice can you kind of give to students who are scared to branch out with what they're comfortable with after college?
Yeah, that's a great question. I actually am originally from Montana. I grew up in Montana.
Okay.
So I'm like a Midwest kid for sure. Moving to California was a big thing. It was really scary to do it, and especially in the midst of COVID, in the midst of everything that was happening. It was a big decision to do. But I would say, if you have a dream in your heart, you have to go chase that down. There's a part of you that I don't know if it will ever be satisfied, or if it's I believe that God created you to do the things in your heart. And so my advice is to just try things, to not be afraid of failure. Failure is, we know this as athletes and people who are just doing extracurriculars. All of life has failure, and all of life actually involves failure, and failure is the way we will actually grow. And so not be afraid of failure is one of the biggest lessons I've been learning and have learned, and realizing athletics has done that for me. It's a different mindset to shift it from being an athlete to just kind of being in life and working in a business or raising a family. Failure is actually okay. And it's actually something that can be a catalyst to growth. So make failure a friend, not in intentional. Don't be intentional in your failure, but don't be scared of it, and don't be afraid that it's going to, lead to you spiraling and, messing up your life. Failure actually can be a friend to you.
Yeah, and that's a great point to make, especially, when you graduate college, you're maybe anywhere from 20 to 25. So like in the grand midst of things, like we're still young. So, failure is okay to happen, and probably going to fail the rest of your life,
Yeah. You're very young. I think I'm going to say I'm young until I'm 100. Probably till the day I die, I'm going to say I'm a young guy, because I am. There's a lot of life to be lived while we're here on Earth.
Well, I know you know this last question, because I'm sure you asked this to many of your guests. What does DSU mean to you?
Yeah, I thought this question might come, so I've been thinking. The classic and most heartfelt answer is family. DSU was and is a family for, I think, everyone who comes in was a family and is a family for me. I met most of my best friends in life at DSU while I was playing football, going to school, and working. Just summer jobs at in Dickinson provided a lot of really unique opportunities. So DSU, it's a family, and I think of all of the opportunities that I think it's family and it's opportunity. The opportunities that DSU has provided. I wouldn't be in California living a dream of mine, and just, going after goals and life dreams, had it not been for DSU, had it not been for the education, the communication degree, and the leadership program. The leadership program is outstanding. And then also getting to be a part of a team for 5 years and be under Coach Stanton, and just the incredible man that he is. And Nick Walker, he's one of my favorite coaches. He's in Killdeer now, but just to have lifelong men in my life mentoring me and being, Ty Orton is another one of those guys that just, as is just an incredible person, incredible staple to Dickinson, and will forever be someone that I look up to and try to gain wisdom from. So I think the opportunities and the people that DSU and Dickinson provide has been absolutely life-changing.
Absolutely. And, I think it's really special. I've had people ask me, well, why does everyone kind of say the same answer when you ask them that question? I said, well, as cliche as it may sound, like that should speak volume as to what, DSU really does for people. So I always love hearing people answer this question, because my answer would probably be 100% the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was. I had a exit interview when I was transitioning out, and I think it was family. I'm pretty sure Susanna and I both said family is the thing. And DSU is just a really special place, and holds a special place in my heart because of all the people there and all the opportunities it provides.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and being able to do this with us. I'm sure you're very busy with all of your part-time jobs and your new things that you're doing. So we appreciate you able to do this with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dallis. I really appreciate it.
Welcome to the Hawk Talk segment, A Minute with Easton, where we give President Easton 60 seconds to answer a question. Today we're switching it up and we're going to do another quiz, and we got a pop slang quiz. Are you ready?
Sort of, but I want to know that I don't like the look on your face. You look like you're about to get me. So, all right,
you ready?
Let's go for it. Okay.
All right. If you need help with any of the words, I can use it in a sentence too. So just let me know. All right.
Okay.
First word: bussin'.
Bussin'?
Bussin'.
Bustin'?
Bussin'. Bussin'. Like, wow.
Sentence.
Wow, this food's really bussin'.
I'll say like good or positive. Right?
There we go. Really good. Really good.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next word: drip.
Drip. Drip. An unintelligent person.
No. Is that your? Actually, is that your final answer?
Yeah, well, I guess it is.
All right. Drip means dressed well.
Dressed well. Okay. All right.
All right.
And that's our 60 seconds.
Now we got a few more. You ready? All right. Say less.
Say less.
You want to use it in a sentence?
Please.
All right. So let's say like my friend wanted me to do a task. I'd be like, "Oh, I got you. Say less."
It's like, okay, I already understand you. You don't need to tell me anymore.
Yeah, like I got it. Yeah,
Okay.
I got it. All right. Next word, bet.
Bet?
Bet.
B-E-D or B-E-T?
B-E-T.
B-E-T. Bet. All right, let's use that one in a sentence.
All right. All right. So let's say.
Is this the way Dickinson State students talk? Is that how out of touch I am? Is that the point?
This is how people talk. It's like. Let me see. How I could use bet.
Well, I can tell you, it's not how 65-year-old.
Actually, I just tell you. So bet means okay. All right.
Oh yeah, I would have gotten that one. So I get credit for that one. I'm sure I would have gotten that one.
All right. Final two. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Next word is Riz.
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 The best of all possible things.
No. You using a sentence?
Why not?
All right.
You seem to want to use it in a sentence.
like let's say I was like, I was with a friend. Hey, you see that girl over there? Go use your Riz.
Your charm?
There we go. Charisma. Spitting game. Yeah. And the final word, motion.
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 Motion. That well. Let's use that one in a sentence.
So let's say I saw a really successful person. I was like, wow, that dude got a lot of motion.
Like positiveness, like accomplishment, a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Like having money or opportunities.
Oh, money or opportunities. Okay.
And that concludes our quiz. I think you maybe got one. All right. All right, this has been the Hawk Talk 7 in a minute with Easton.
This has been the Riz.